Come on in and sit down. You cut the hardcore crew chewing the fat. You cut us shooting the shit. You cut us in the moment.
That's bollocks. That's complete bullshit. Triple H mending bridges.
Well, I have to disagree. I think that Triple H had mended bridges. Now,
somebody can mend it. Listen, look at this logically. Somebody can mend a bridge with me if they're going to pay me $2 million fucking dollars. That's hardly mending.
Oh, no
bridges.
doubt
That's buying your fucking talent. That's what he did with Ultimate Warrior. He even said on his interviews before he croaked it, God rest his soul, that his wife and kids are made for life on the £2 million payout.
I have no doubt that money was paid for that. But now, while we're in the moment, we are talking about Chyna and Chyna being, inducted. Now, do I think that she's ever going to get a payoff? Probably not anytime soon. But you know what? A lot of people are pretty much cut down the line about this. Some people think that she should be inducted. Other people think that she shouldn't. You listen to Vince Russo. Vince Russo feels that, everything that's happened to her is all the WWE's fault. She got fired because of what happened between Triple H and the and Stephanie McMahon. And, and because of that, they took her name away. Well, that's what happens when you get fired, unfortunately. And as I said before we weren't going on air, she could have done so many different things. She got in so many different directions. And, yeah, she did try to do, reality TV. And that didn't work. She tried to get a couple of movies, but her movies just couldn't get enough. I mean, it wasn't working. That direction didn't go, so she tried porn. Now, okay, it wasn't really the greatest direction to go, but she tried it, and unfortunately, it wasn't the best judgment call to make. She could have, like I said, I think she should have done the indie scene. That probably would have been the best direction for her, because there are a lot of marks out there that will pay her money. Do I think that, Triple H is ever going to call her and say, hey, what are we going to do to get you to come back? Probably not. Not until maybe she's like 50 or 60 and the WWE wants to get in the Hall of Fame and enough people are screaming for it. Yeah, maybe. And that's just my thought. Lance, what do you think?
I want to say 50 years, at least 10 years, at least a decade.
Yeah.
50 or 60 might be a little long. That's my personal opinion. And her saying that WWE caused all her problems, gee, WWE wasn't the one that said, hey, Chyna, hey, X-Pac, get it, go in there and screw on tape. Yeah, sure.
Well, and again, that's another thing. So that was another few that bad decisions that she made. But you know what? She also agreed that she had some alcohol problems. She had some drug problems. Vince Russo again kind of watered those down a little bit. And again, you can't do that. Even as a friend, you cannot do that. If you're in addictions, you can't. Especially as a friend, you've got to say, you got to get these problems, and you've got to take these problems as yours. Nobody else's. I don't care what problems you have in life. You've got to fix those problems. Yeah. Andy, over to you.
The only thing wrong with that is she was trying to prove a point by going with X-Pac, and to be perfectly honest, it doesn't take an Einstein to work out. If you've got a drug or a drink problem, the last people you want to hang around with people who take drugs and drink.
Absolutely. James, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts really is that, I have to agree with what Triple H said. She deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but at the same time, her direction is what caused her to not be considered in the Hall of Fame anytime soon. I might say 10 years, maybe myself. Okay.
So you think because of what she's done, she doesn't necessarily deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? And again, this is another point that several people have made. Look at the people who are in the Hall of Fame and look at some of the mistakes they've made. Look at Hulk Hogan.
No. Here's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't say she doesn't deserve to be on the Hall of Fame, because look what she has done. She's the first woman to be in the Royal Rumble and the first woman to hold the Intercontinental Championship. So her in-ring skills is what have her in the Hall of Fame. Only reason why WWE don't want her to be in it is because of what she's done after.
Okay. Yeah, and again, I think, we're kind of beating this a little bit too much, but you know what? I think we would all like to see her in there eventually, regardless what she's done and what she hasn't done. If you guys haven't seen these videos, you really should check these videos. We will have the links in on our videos. I think to a point she's trying to bring all of this up because we think she's looking for a buck. She's trying to make a movie, not necessarily a movie, or make a book out of this. I think she's just looking for a fast buck, and I think even Andy agrees with this. And I'm not sure if James, if you would agree with this, or even Lance would agree with this.
Yeah.
James, your thoughts?
Kind of. I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah. Well, since we're moving on controversies, let's talk about something else that's very, very controversial. And Lance, let's talk about Seth Rollins and that little selfie sex scandal. Lance, over to you.
That's not the right term to use. Pull it off, I think.
Hey, you pull it up. Just don't pull it out.
Certainly don't pull it off.
On February 9th, 2015, which was 2 days ago, Seth Rollins' Twitter account was hacked, and nude photos of NXT wrestler Zahara.
Just say his girlfriend.
Just
ex-girlfriend.
His chick on the side were linked to his Facebook and Instagram. The photos appeared to be also appeared on WWE.com, which automatically picked up the posts from wrestlers' accounts. Oh, but that wasn't PG. Seth Rollins' fiancée, Lana Schultz, who admitted... Leo, sure, whatever. Admitted to hacking his Twitter account, posting a graphic nude photo of Rollins to her own Twitter account over anger of Rollins having an affair with Schreiber. The photos were leaked around 11 p.m. Eastern following the end of Raw. No, they weren't. Once the photos were removed, Rollins issued a statement shortly after midnight regarding this incident, saying, "I would like to apologize to all the fans of WWE and my family, friends, and for the private photographs that were distributed without my consent." Hours later, the story was being reported by many news outlets across the world. You guys thought?
From what I understand, it says that they were hacked, and I didn't read until later that it wasn't hacked. It was your girlfriend who basically got into your phone and saw that you were fucking posting pictures back and forth with an NXT wrestler. Gee, and you wonder why that picture went viral.
Oh my ass.
Unreal. I saw that and I could not stop laughing. I'm like, yeah, dude. Your girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or fiance, whatever the hell she is now pissed. No wonder she changed her status to single. Andy, over to you.
All I can say is publicity stunt. Whether the pictures actually appeared on the internet or not, it's a publicity stunt. I defy anyone on the chat room, or anyone listening to this radio station now, you find those pictures that were leaked on the internet that are not censored. The only people that made a big deal about it is the WWE and Seth Rollins. Now, Seth Rollins had said, sweet FA, and hadn't made it a big deal, we wouldn't even be talking about it because we wouldn't know about it. Because they probably, like you say, his vexed girlfriend posted him on his Facebook page or whatever they were supposedly posted and then bottled it and took them down. So I think people are making a big deal about nothing. I tried, not that I'm gay, I tried to Google the images to see if I could find any images without some kind of blockage on his appendage, and there's none available. If they were leaked on the internet, they would still be there.
Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it, buddy.
Oh,
HWR does have those pictures. We just don't post them.
Without the Photoshop.
Without the Believe it or not, I actually put that W
Rhodes.
on ours.
Yeah, without the Cody.
Yes, I've seen his dick. Thank you very much.
No, seriously, if you look at the Cody Rhodes picture that I posted the other day, it's the same photoshopped penis on him that it is on Cody Rhodes. So
Okay, would you? Okay.
I'm not buying it at all.
You're not buying it?
No.
Hold on for a second. I will send you the picture. We are live, folks. We're in the moment. You're hearing this whole conversation while we're talking, yes. So,
Photoshop's an amazing tool.
Okay, Photoshop's an amazing tool. You tell me what's Photoshopped. Hold on 1 second.
It's
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
the same penis that's on the Cody Rhodes photograph.
Yeah, well, that looked like that was Photoshopped. I can tell you what's Photoshopped. This is not Photoshopped.
we would like to also say that this show is actually sponsored by Tone Tugger. I mean, Tug Toner.
And I will not be toning
Tuggertone.
Is this where I take my fucking all break?
If you wish to, by all means.
Tone Tugger.
Pass it over, James.
You want the 5,500 milligram or the 55,000 milligrams?
And by the way, Ms. Jackson is here, and I'm going to be sending it to her as well. And she says, "You want to see Photoshopped? I'll show you Photoshopped."
The WWE have a Titantron. We have a Tuggertron.
Yeah. And there's that.
We will not be posting these on Facebook or YouTube because we do not want to be.
You tell me that is Photoshopped.
I ain't clicking on it.
Hell no, I've seen it one time and I don't want to see it again.
Me too. Unfortunately, I've seen it.
Andy doesn't know what to think now. Andy's for the first time.
That is definitely photoshopped because I have never seen a suntanned guy with a white penis. I'm sorry, it's like fucking. He
admitted that
it's like seeing Mark Henry with a white dick. I'm sorry, but I don't care who you are.
Are you serious? Okay.
If his balls hang that far forward, he's got a serious problem.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know. I didn't ask him. Should we bring him on the show and ask him about his nuts?
He's got a white penis.
Next subject, please. I'm talking.
This is where a report that apparently backstage everybody was making fun of Seth Rollins based on that size.
Considering, let's move along. And tonight we
move along the shaft.
Yeah. Oh God. Anyway. Let's talk about tonight's NXT. We watched we have a new NXT champion, which I have to admit that was shocking. Kevin Owens won the title from Sami Zayn, guys. I was absolutely shocked. What did you guys think about that?
As we discussed before we came on air, he's going to Abu Dhabi or he's going to come back as El Generico.
I think for me, this is a match I did not call. I called every match correct except for this. Because I felt like this was still early for Kevin. But at the end of the match, you saw how dominant he was, like how ruthless he was. Basically, NXT needed that full-fledged monster heel. This is basically them building Kevin Steen as this major heel in the NXT roster. Because really, they don't have that heel to hate on NXT. They would either have Tyler Breeze or freaking Tyson Kidd that was on the main roster already. So you think about it, if you have him as the champion, and basically the way he won it was that the referee had to stop the match. It kind of helped build that he's a dominant heel guy to hate.
And also early in the night, we saw that Fatal 4-Way Divas match where Sasha Banks is also the new NXT Championship. Now, guys, I'm sorry, we've said it before 1,000 times. NXT Divas really should, go up to the main roster and show the WWE Divas what they're doing wrong. Mm-hmm. Because that was a phenomenal match. And we also think that it's a possibility that Charlotte could be heading up to the main roster. What do you guys think about this?
I think they've got to take the belt off her before she goes because she can't go into the main roster with the NXT Diva belt.
Andy, they just did tonight.
Sucks.
Really, is that, Andy just said it. You take the title's taken off her already, and I feel like really, as I say, you think about both of these basically. The NXT, they have no limits to them. Sasha Banks is a great competitor, and congratulations to her for winning the title. I knew that she was going to win the title because I agreed that Charlotte is going to move up to the main roster. And really, as I said, the only reason why the current main roster Divas suck is because of Total Divas and the crappy storyline that they be given. It was a very excellent match.
Yeah, it was. I have to admit, probably one of the better matches of the night, but I have to say the one match really shined was Prince Devitt versus, well, I know we all call him, but I have to call him Prince Devitt versus Adrian Neville, which is for the number one contendership. And that was an awesome match. Andy, did you get a chance to see that match?
It was probably one of the best matches on the card, I think. To be honest, for me anyway.
And I have to agree. And again, these two guys just truly were awesome. Prince Valor is his real name, or in the WWE ring, but I still like to refer him to Prince Devitt. Shows can he really kick ass, and he really is worthy of that number one contendership. Question is he going to be able to get past Kevin Owens. What do you think, James?
To me, this is now a question: is that does he get it soon, or to the point that they could wait till maybe the next takeover, or do they have Owens or Steen, whatever I'm going to call him, continue on with Sami Zayn, and then once he finishes with Zayn, he can go to Devitt. I think this is going to be interesting. This was a toss-up, actually. If I had to pick right now, I don't know who to pick.
Well, they could also very well possibly do a triple threat match. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that between Balor, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. That would also be a very nice match to see. But I think we're going to wrap up this edition of In the Moment. But what we also want to know is we want to know what your thoughts are. What did you guys think of NXT? What do you think about Chyna? Does she deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, or do you think the WWE is just taking too many plugs? And also, of course, what do you think?
So bad. Too many plugs off Chyna.
Yeah. Or, you know what? What do you think about the Seth Rollins selfie pic? Do you think that we just need to ignore it and move on, or do you think that it was just really inappropriate and that something should really be done about it? Make sure you put your comments in the comment section below. And, of course, make sure you always like this video and always follow us over at facebook.com/hardcorewrestlingradio. Andy, where can everyone find you at?
www.stokehaunted.com.
We have the incomparable Lance Moss, and you can always find him at youtube.com/LanceMossTV. Lance, what do you got going on?
Album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck woman cooking videos, musical equipment reviews, the archives of controversies and scandals. I don't know if I'll have this when it first puts that damn picture in there, but I don't know. And also, check me out on Twitter. It's Twitter/Lance_Moss.
All right, and of course we always have the James from the Big Easy. James, where can we find you, and what do you got going on?
You can find me at two places. I'm on twitch.tv/fatboy. Well, I got more than two, but twitch.tv/fatboy504. I do my PS4 gameplay there. You can find me on Twitter at fatboy504, and I do just mostly retweets or talk about either sports or wrestling. Or you can find me on YouTube. I'm actually going to make a video about the NXT Takeover event that just occurred in, my opinions each match.
All right. Well, that's going to do it here. So for everyone here, I'm your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you.
I hope this ain't Photoshop.
Thank you for listening to this edition of In the Moment. Make sure you follow us at any one of our locations, whether it's YouTube, Dailymotion, and now SoundCloud.com under the name HWR Show. Until the next time, this is your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you.